Alright guys, here it is. This is my Labor Day haul, what's left of it. These were things I went through on that gigantic Labor Day haul that I had. These are the things that I went through and decided I was going to keep. Not necessarily for myself, but just keep and either put it in the collection or offer it up for trade or for sale or whatever. Some really cool things in here, some pretty rare things, and then some pretty common things, but some really cool stuff in here. I decided I was going to keep. I have had a couple requests to show a detailed or more in-depth look because we just glazed over it real quick. Flip through just a few records whenever I picked this up on Labor Day. So I'm going to go through each one of these boxes. Here holds about approximately 100 to 125 records. So you're looking at about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Approximately 600 records in the cardboard boxes, and then in this box here there's probably another 40 or so, as well as another 70, probably 60 or 70 7-inch singles in their picture sleeves that I decided to keep. There were a whole bunch that that were in there, but these were just the ones I decided to keep. So I'm going to go through these. It's going to be a multi-part video, guys, so bear with me. I will start these probably at some point here real soon. We'll go ahead and start the first one here. It's probably going to be a 2 or 3 part video. So alright guys, stay tuned. Hey guys, coming at you from a little different angle today. This is part 1 of the Labor Day mega haul, you could call it. This is an in-depth look. I finally had time to go through the collection. There were about 1,100 records or so. I finally had time to go through. I actually pulled aside everything that I was going to keep. It's all mixed in here, though. The stuff that I'm going to keep, the stuff that I'm going to sell or trade, it's all in here. But I wanted to go through an in-depth look with y'all and show you what was in there. Some really, really killer stuff. Some basic common stuff in there as well. But I think you guys will really enjoy seeing this stuff. And for the most part, the stuff was immaculately taken care of. So just sit back, grab yourself your favorite drink, and I'm going to get behind the camera here, and I'm going to change the look a little bit here, and just scroll through these here one at a time real quick. This, like I said, this will be a multi-part video, so I don't want to make a an hour-long video, but it might be 2 or 3 parts, 10 or 15 minutes each. So that way you can break them up and watch them at your leisure. So here we go. So we'll start here. I went ahead and put everything. I pulled them out of those boxes. There were like, six, like I said, almost 600 records or so. I just pulled out a big stack of them, started putting them in. He had everything fairly organized, but by the time I got the stuff, well, the lady had already pulled them off of his shelves and put them in boxes, and so by the time she had her hands on them, I went through them, brought them home, sorted them. They kind of got a little bit out of order, but anyway, close enough. Here we go. Let's start with some Aerosmith, greatest hits, and I'm just gonna blaze through these guys because you've all, unless there's something I really feel like I need to go in depth on. Aerosmith debut, Walking the Dog. So it's not Walking the Dig. Get Your Wings, Toys in the Attic, Rocks. Like I said, guys, if there's anything you're interested in, there's some Aha, and there goes the fucking phone. Let's see if this is a telemarketer. Hello! Yo! Whose hell's this?
Hi, my name is Kiera, and I'm calling on behalf of FCA U.S. Recall Team. Is this William Hurst, the current owner of a 2008 Dodge Durango?
Yeah, what are you recalling?
Okay, this call may be recorded for quality purposes, and because Dodge has issued an urgent safety recall on the airbags in your vehicle.
Woo!
Familiar with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so today I'm here to help you set up your appointment to get this airbag fixed for free.
All right, then. All right, sorry about that. So I'm not going to go through all these. Just, like I said, pick them up, show them to you. If there's something you guys are interested in, shoot me a message, or leave a message in the comments section. Some of these things I'm going to keep. Other things are definitely up for sale or trade. Who knows? Some might end up in VCLT packages. You guys know the drill. Some Ambrosia. A couple of those there. Bunch of April wine. I kept a lot of this for me, honestly. I'm just putting them back in the box as I go through them here, one at a time. Some of these were pretty cool. I had never seen before. Best of April wine, rock ballads. Nice little gatefold there. A couple of these. One was in just a little bit better condition than the other. Like I said, for the most part, this guy took immaculate care of his stuff. And I am so happy to have it. Bunch of Angel in here as well. Great stuff. Some Aldo Nova. Get a little bit of that glare off there. Axe. Wasn't familiar. Wasn't familiar at all. So, a couple of those. Get that glare off there. Aviary. And then Aviator. Shrink here. Some of these things I wasn't like the Aviator. Obviously wasn't. There's Ambrosia there. The Aviator I wasn't familiar with, but like I said, I looked up a lot of this stuff and on well, actually every one of these that I wasn't already familiar with on Discogs, just to see kind of who was interested. I got like a median price, low, median, and high price. This is the A's. As well as to go through, one thing I've started doing is seeing how many people have the record versus how many people actually would like the record. So some of that, if you guys look at those statistics, it might surprise you. Bad Company, Straight Shooter. While some records you wouldn't think would be, highly sought after, they are. Like could be some in particular that you might not even know who it is, but there might be 175 people have it, but 472 people want it. Here's a nice copy of Magical Mystery Tour. There were a handful of Beatles things in here. Bird's Greatest Hits. Kept the Jackson Browns for myself because most of these were upgrades from what I had. Pretender. Just little Bowie pinups. Handful of cheap trick things here. Dream Police. And color. This one was quite interesting. I had not seen that. It's like it doesn't say what it is on the gate or anything. I remember having to pull it out. It's on Buddha Records. Very, very gorgeous copy. It's got that beautiful Buddha record. Café de Paris, Le Variations. So my French is top notch, can't you tell? But this one was really cool. So I went ahead and pulled it. There was a lot of interesting things like that in this collection. Camel, couple of those in there. Promotional copy. I'm not sure if it's a white label or not. No, it's just standard. Doesn't obviously just has the promo on the front, but it's not a white label promo officially. But does have the DJ promotion sticker on it. Clash, Combat Rock. Little John Cougar. A couple Charlie. This one, oh, it is sealed. The seal's been broken a little bit here, but it is a sealed copy. A couple more cheap trick things here. This video is going to be longer than I expected. I can already tell we're 7 minutes in and I'm just now one stack through. I will try and speed things up. Chili Whack. Lights from the Valley. And Breakdown in Paradise. So there's that one. Moving over here. Duran Duran, 7 in the Ragged Tiger. Love that. Best of the Doobies. Deepest Purple, Greatest Hits. There's a House of Blue Light. Some more Deep Purple. Couple Deep Purple things there. Perfect Stranger. Desert Rose Band. Dig these guys. I didn't have any Desert Rose Band in my collection, so I was glad to pick these up here. Glad to get those. Very best of Jackie DeShannon. Derringer. These, very, very interesting. I'd never heard of Paul Davis, but looking through Discogs and just reading the information provided, I decided to keep these, and they're not very valuable. I mean, one or two of them have a little bit of value to them, but it's from what I understand, he's a folk country artist. I'm gonna check him out. If anybody knows anything about Paul Davis, let me know. I haven't had a chance to give any of these a spin, but Cool Nights, the best of Paul Davis. This is Dare, Out of the Silence. This is something I would never ever keep, but it's a sealed copy of Neil Diamond, the jazz singer. Gorgeous copy. I figure there's somebody that's got to want that. There's a nice copy of Brothers in Arms. Some really good docking here. I was glad to get this because these are probably all upgrades for me. There were, I don't know, 3 or 4. Again, some nice Dio. These very well may be upgrades as well. So we got Last in Line, Dream Evil, Sacred Heart, and Holy Diver. Got a little Elvis here, Blue Hawaii. Some Eagles, Greatest Hits Volume 1, Hits Volume 2, and Eagles Live, Long Run, and On the Border. There's the final countdown. Some Europe, Wings of Tomorrow. Some of these are really hard to find too. This is very cool. A sealed copy of Dave Edmunds, Closer to the Flame. Very cool. Glenn Frey. Couple Flock of Seagulls things. Listen. More Flock of Seagulls. This is Flash. Gotta love that cover. I kept it pretty much just for that. It's gatefold, but check out the gate from the reverse side here. So it's on Capital Sovereign. Just show the label. Yeah, red Target label there. Now the dogs are going to go crazy. There you go. Ace Frehley. Frehley's Comet. Nice. The Bobby Fuller 4. Just a little free Heartbreaker. A couple Go-Go's things. Vacation. And Beauty and the Beat. Never heard of this, but had to keep it. FM, UK, and Discreet. Kept these. You see Fogelberg all the time in the thrift stores and things like that. But this is An Innocent Age, and it has Run for the Roses, Leader of the Band, Same Old Lang Syne. A couple of my absolute favorite Fogelberg tracks. I also kept Souvenirs, because it has I'm trying to think. Well, I was thinking that this one had no, it was the other one. I don't know, maybe I just kept that one for trade. I don't know, could be an upgrade for what I have as well. A bunch of Foreigner stuff here. I think there's all the early Foreigner, as well as one of the later ones. So there's Head Games. Foreigner 4. There we go. And this is one you don't see, at least I don't see that often. Inside Information. That would be from 1987. And I'm just going to go through this this side over here and wrap that up here. So moving right along, we have some Fog Hat. Boogie Motel, Fog Hat. This one I don't see. I didn't have. Fool for the City. Rock and Roll Outlaws. That's kind of cool. Tight shoes. Not too crazy. There's Energized. Fleetwood Mac, Tango in the Night. I'm just going to set these here because I've ran out of space in the box. Grand Funk, we're an American band. More Grand Funk, Mark, Don, and Mel, 69 to 71. Very nice copy. Gamma, 1 and 2. A handful of Genesis things. There is Duke. Invisible Touch. Abacab. Genesis there. And then there were 3. Great White. Once Bitten. This one's kind of cool. On Your Knees, the first LP. I didn't have either of these two. Shot in the Dark. Great White. Some James Walsh, Gypsy. There's a bunch of Gypsy in here. Unlock the Gates. In the Garden. This one's it's some really awesome artwork on this Gypsy stuff. This is Gulliver, probably a radio station sampler. Ride in the Wind. There's Helix. The glare off there. A couple things by Ian Hunter. The Hollies' Greatest Hits, and then the very best of the Hollies. There's more Hollies. Distant Light. This is Roger Hodgson. In the Eye of the Storm, Roger Hodgson. Some Judas Priest, British Steel, Defenders of the Faith, Stained Class, and Best of. There's Rick James, Street Songs, Super Freak. Elton John, Greatest Hits, Volume 2. Jethro Tull, Repeat, Hits, Volume 2. And Jethro Tull, Original Masters. Double Fantasy, John Lennon, Yoko Ono. A beautiful copy of Imagine by John Lennon. Just a gorgeous copy. Leather Wolf, Gold Stamp promo, Street Ready. And probably my 9th copy of Huey Lewis in the News Sports. Can you ever have enough? Can you ever have too many copies of Huey Lewis in the News? Sports? I don't think so. Picture This. Love this. Do You Believe in Love? Huey Lewis in the News 4. These were interesting. Lighthouse. One Fine Morning. Sunny Days. Lighthouse. Very nice original Gordon Lightfoot. High and Dry, Too Late for Praying, Seven Islands Suite, Carefree Highway, Sundown. This is why I kept it. Carefree Highway, Sundown. I love Sundown. But gorgeous original copy there. A Living Color, Vivid. Beautiful copy of that, and a beautiful original copy of Skinner. It's not. It's the original. It's an MCA. It's not the Sounds of the South, but a beautiful original MCA pressing of Pronounced, their debut. Another gorgeous copy of Led Zepp 4. And we'll stop with this on part 1, the Kinks Greatest Hits. So that is part 1. So it looks like this is going to be probably a 4-part video. So at 20 minutes, we just got through 3 shelves here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's anything you are interested in, I mean, feel free to let me know. I'll either tell you yes, no, or maybe so. But leave it in the comments down below. And thanks for tuning in. And check out part 2, 3, 4, and who knows. Thanks, guys. See ya.